Good morning, children. Welcome to the English class. All of you, open your textbook, page number 111. So, today let us learn the new poem, An August Midnight. Before going through the poem, children, let us see the pre reading task. Sit with your partner and discuss. It is night, you are studying, a number of insects come flying in. They disturb you in a number of ways. So now, as you are at home, sit with your parents and discuss this. So, sometimes at night, insects enter your house. So, and they will disturb you in a different ways. You have to discuss this with your parents, that how they disturb you. So, look at the poem, children. A shaded lamp and a waving blind, and the beat of a clock from a distant floor. On this scene enter winged, horned, and spined, a long legs, a moth, and a Dumbledore. While mid my page there idly stands a sleepy fly that rubs its hands. Thus meet we five in this still place, at this point of time, at this point in space. My guest parade, my new penned ink, or bang at the lamp glass, whirl and sink. God's humblest they, I muse, yet why they know earth secrets that know not I. Thomas Hardy. So, this poem, it is written by Thomas Hardy. Sometimes at night many insects enter our house and they disturb us in different ways. In this poem also, the poet is disturbed by the insects. He describes how those insects have disturbed him, and also he is wondered to think these humblest creature of God know the earth secrets that normal human being doesn't knows. So, a shaded lamp and a waving blind, and the beat of a clock from a distant floor. So the poet, he is sitting at his writing table and he is writing something. It was an August midnight. Everything around was silent. So the shade of the lamp and the window curtain was moving slightly because of the gentle wind outside. And the poet could hear the beat of a clock clearly from a distant house, from a far house. Okay, from a indoors of a distant house, means from a far house. On this scene enter winged, horned, and spined, a long legs, a moth, and a Dumbledore. At that time, when the poet was sitting near the writing table, and when he was seeing the movement of window curtains, and when he was hearing the beat of a clock from distant house, at that time there entered the insects which are winged, horned, and spined, a long legs, a moth, and a Dumbledore. So these insects which are winged, horned, and spined means with backbone, okay children, and spined, they entered the poet's room. While mid my page there idly stands a sleepy fly that rubs its hands. While mid my page there idly stands. So in the middle of the page of the writer's book, the fly which is sleepy, it lazily stands and it is rubbing its hands. So here the poet he is giving what the figure of speech personification idly stands that rubs its hands. So rubs its hands, it is action of human being. Okay, so it is given to insects, so it is what personification. So thus meet we five in this still place at this point of time, at this point in space. So the poet he is telling that when the four insects came in near the lamp, a long legs, a moth, a Dumbledore and a fly, as the poet was watching them. Okay, so all together five of them they meet at that point of time in that place. So my guests parade my new penned ink. So the poet guests, who are the poet guests? The insects. Okay, long legs, moth, Dumbledore and fly are the guests of the poet. What they do? They parade my new penned ink, means they gather together and they surround the what poet's pen. Okay, or bang at the lamp glass, whirl and sink. And also what they did, they moved around the pen and they banged at the lamp glass. And also what they did, they turned round and round and they fell down. Okay, and they fell down means and they died. God's humblest they, I muse yet why they know earth secrets that know not I. So they are the humblest creatures of God, and the poet is wondering, though they are the humblest creatures, though they are the small creatures, but also they know the secrets of earth that the poet doesn't know. See here, for example, peacock. Yes or no, children? Peacock, before the rain starts, it can recognize, and what they will do, the peacocks they dance with their feathers spread. They spread their feathers and the peacocks dance. And also when there will be earthquakes, when there will be natural calamities, at that time also the wild animals they can understand that something is going to happen and they leave that place during the natural calamities. Okay, and sometimes at the evening time you can see some insects entering the house before the rain starts. So these animals, insects, they have the capacity to know the secrets of the earth, which we human beings cannot recognize. So the poet is wondering about that. I hope you have understood this poem, children. If you have any doubt, please contact me. Thank you.